Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I am zu-wii-mama and this is my little mini mob collection, but we're not doing mini mobs today. We are doing the Ocelot, and I don't know why I didn't do the Ocelot a long time ago, because this is one big mob that I've just neglected. And I tell you what, I am so pleased with how this little guy's turned out. He actually looks pretty sweet. Yeah, I like the colour blend on it, and yeah, I don't know why, like I said, I didn't do it a long time ago. So make sure you leave some thumbs up for me and subscribe if you already haven't, because I mean, look at this guy. We're going to build it right away. So let's get on to the blocks and colours, shall we? So the blocks you'll need for this build are yellow concrete 189, 65 yellow terracotta, 138 yellow concrete powder, 30 mushroom, brown mushroom block, that is, sorry, 35 brown wool, 1 brown concrete, 2 green concrete, and 2 snow, and that's all you'll need. So using your yellow terracotta, I want you to place 4 blocks on the floor. Then have a 1 block gap and place another 4. Then spin on around to the back, and we need a 10 block gap this time. So we're going to place on our 10th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the 10th block, I want you to place another 4 with another 1 block gap, and then place another 4. So that's the front and the back feet all complete. So let's start filling this in. Use your brown wool. We're going to do 2 feet at the same time because they're all the same. So you place a brown wool on the front left of each. Switch to your yellow concrete powder. You can do a ring around there with 1 on the back corner. Do the same on this one. Do a ring around with 1 on the back corner. Switch to your yellow concrete, and I want you to place 1 in there and then 2 on the front and also 2 on the back. Okay, we'll do that again. So you want to ring around and then 2 on the back. Switch to your yellow concrete powder. You can place 1 there and 1 there, followed by another brown wool in the gap to finish it. So you should have 2 legs looking exactly the same in every shape and form. There we go. So what we're going to do is do pretty much exactly the same what we've just done there on the back too. So you ready for this? We're going to go with brown wool, followed by yellow concrete powder all the way around with 1 on that back corner. Switch to your yellow concrete and do a little ring around that one with 2 on the back of each one. And then a yellow concrete powder on the left hand side, followed by a brown wool on the right hand side. And there we go. We've got our 4 legs all done and dusted straight away. Look at that. So let's work on the side of the body. So swinging on around to the right hand side, we're going to need to use our string shortly. So on top of this front leg here, what we're going to do is place 2 concrete, overhang the front by 1. Then I want you to use your string, and we're actually going to just bring that across, and then you're going to just pop a yellow concrete powder on top. So there we go, that's holding that concrete powder up. Then we're going to go along. So next to that, we're going to go with a mushroom stem, then followed by 2 yellow terracotta, followed by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow concrete, yellow terracotta again, followed by another 3 yellow concrete, 1, 2, 3, then a concrete powder, and then followed by a yellow concrete. So that's our first strip done. On the next row, we're going to go with yellow concrete, followed by powder, a brown wool, a yellow terracotta, 4 concrete powder, 2 brown wool, a concrete, a yellow terracotta, 2 more concrete, and then 2 more yellow concrete powder. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out then. Yellow concrete powder on the end. There we go. Next row up, we're going to go with our yellow concrete, and we're going to go 1, 2, followed by 2 yellow concrete powder, a yellow terracotta, a brown wool, a mushroom stem, a yellow concrete, a concrete powder, 2 more yellow, a stem, 3 more yellow concrete, and then finish it off with a brown wool on the end. So you should have something looking like that, looking good. Next row up, we're going to go with our yellow concrete again. This time it's 3 concrete powder, 2 yellow concrete, a concrete powder, a stem, a wool, then 4 concrete powder, followed by a concrete, a terracotta, and then a concrete powder as well. Next row up, we're going to go with yellow concrete again. So place 2, a terracotta, followed by a brown wool, 2 more concrete powder, a concrete powder, 2 more concrete, a concrete powder, a concrete, a brown wool, a concrete, a stem, and then another concrete on the end. Hope I'm not going too fast for you. Next row up, and the final row, I'm going to go concrete, followed by 3 concrete powder this time, a brown wool, a terracotta, I need to stem then, a terracotta, followed by a concrete powder, a stem, another terracotta, 2 concrete powder, a terracotta, followed by 1, 2, 3 concrete powder, and a final concrete on the end, and kaboom! We have done the side of the body. Well done. I hope I wasn't going too fast for you then. So what we're going to do now is, if you fancy a little bit of a challenge, a little build-off challenge, we're going to copy the exact same pattern on this side of the build. So all you're going to do is literally on top of these legs, again, you're just going to copy it like that, one, and then we're going to concrete it's not concrete powder, what's that stuff called? Yellow concrete powder, yeah it was, yellow concrete powder, and so on and so forth. So copy that whole thing on this side. But if you fancy a little bit of a challenge and you want a little bit of a race, let's have it, me v you, and let's see who can win. Okay, so without further ado, in 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. Right, okay, here we go. This is going to be tricky because I need to, I'm using that little trick there, boom. And I just want to say, like I always say, I'm not editing this section at all. Okay, this is just me freely copying across, just to make it as fair as I possibly can, because I know, you know, I don't want to be cheating. You know, I don't want to be cheating. So I'm trying to make this as fair. Let's see how quick you are against me. It's only for a bit of fun, you know, but yeah, it just helps pass the time, let's say, doesn't it? And it's quite difficult, I must admit, trying to not only do the commentary for this, but also trying to win in a race is quite tricky. So I hope I'm putting you off for my talking as well, because that is a plus if that's the case. It will give me the little advantage over you for sure. But oh, here we go. I keep messing up. This is a tricky one, guys. I must admit, it's a tricky one. We're having to we're having to switch blocks a very lot, ain't we? So this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm using pick block. I don't know if you can probably see that, but every block that I use, I try and pick it, because sometimes it's a little bit quicker than sifting through all your inventory. But for some reason you can't actually pick mushroom stem, because it turns into like the actual mushroom block. Oh, see, look, I just did it. So don't ever pick block a mushroom stem, because it turns into the wrong block. We're not using that block today. Here we go. I'm looking, actually I'm not doing too bad. I've got a few little gaps here. It's just, I'll tell you what I don't like placing. I don't like placing this sand, because it just gets everywhere, doesn't it? It really does, and it's so difficult to, if you make a mistake. Right, okay, here we go. I'm looking good now. You nearly there, because I'm getting close. I'm getting close. What's here? Peekaboo through the hole. Boom. What's this? Yes. Nearly done, nearly done. How are you looking? I've got a few blocks left, so you better hurry up if you haven't already got to this point. Oh no, I've dropped a sand. That's going to trigger me, that is, as well. I don't like leaving sand on the floor. It's going to trigger me like crazy. And I'm done. Done, 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 done. And if you haven't done, unlucky. But if you have, beat me by a long shot. Well, congratulations, because that was tough, I must admit. I really struggled on that one. But I'm just double checking that it's all the same. I think I did get it. I don't think I made any mistakes. I don't think I did. If you did spot any mistakes in the comments, let me know, because it doesn't look like it did. But anyway, let's get rid of that stack because it triggers the hell out of me. But anyway, you should have two sides of your, I nearly said axolotl. It's not, it's an ocelot, all complete. Let's move on to the next step. So spin on around to the right hand side, and what we're going to do, we're going to start off with our yellow concrete, and I want you to come down from here 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then just on the edge here we're going to start the head. So this we're going to place it, okay? Next to this we're going to need to use our string again, so we're going to bring that out across by 1, and you're going to place a concrete powder on top of that, followed by 2 mushroom stems going vertical, okay? And then you can switch back to your yellow concrete. You can place another 2. On top of that, you can actually place another 2 yellow concrete powder. Then switch to your yellow terracotta. You can actually place 2 in this gap, and then 2 on top, like so. Next to this, we can place a snow block. On top of that, you can place a mushroom stem. Switch to your yellow concrete. You can actually place 1 here, and then switch to your yellow concrete powder. You're going to go 1 there, and then 1, 2, 3 across the top, followed by another stem just there. And then to finish it off, I just used yellow concrete on top of there, and that's going to be this little guy's ears. And there we go, that's one side of the head complete. Let's have another little challenge, shall we? Who wants to see if they can beat me on the head this time? So again, if you don't want to sort of build along, you can just literally take your time and copy the exact same blocks across onto this side. But if you fancy a little challenge, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. Right, here we go. Let's see how we fare on this one. I'm going to go up this time. I'm going to see if it makes a little bit of difference. I don't know if it will. I know I need to place this. Oh no, I've done it again. See, pick block didn't work that time. I need to place a string. Oh, this is dodgy bit. It's going to slow me down. Right, string's done. Got my string in. Let's get my concrete powder on. Oh no, I've dropped some more. No. Eye is in. That concrete powder and ears, and I'm done. I'm done. Are you done? Hopefully you are. If you win, unlucky. But anyway, there we go. You should have 2 sides of the head done, and I need to get rid of that. Ugh, so frustrating. Anyway, on to the next section. So switching to our green concrete, you're going to go next to this white. Is go boom, boom. There we go, and there's the little fella's eyes in straight away. Right, now switching back to your yellow concrete, what we're going to do is just going to bring it out from the bottom here by 1 block. And then you're going to bring that all the way across by 3. On top of this, in the centre, you can actually place a brown concrete, followed by 2 yellow concrete either side, and that's his sort of mouth area done. On top of his eyes, you can put a yellow terracotta on each one. And then what I like to do is on the inside, at the back of the nose, just place any old block, because what we're going to do is place another 2 concrete powder in the centre. And there we go, that just stops that falling. And there we go, that's the front of his head done. Spinning on to the top of the build, looking down, we're just going to fill in a few gaps here. So using your brown wool, place 1 here. And then also diagonal of this ear, you can actually place another one as well. Followed by some yellow concrete, you're going to place the yellow concrete next to this wool there. And then come to the back of the ears on this mushroom block, go 1, 2, 3, and then place 1 in the centre. Now in these gaps here, we're actually going to place some more concrete powder. So you can either place string below in these gaps to stop it falling, or you can just block it in with any old block for the time being, just to stop it all sort of tumbling down in a minute when we place it. And again, like I said, concrete powder in there, there, and there. And you should have something looking like that. Now doing the inside of the build, what I like to do is come down by a block, and I'm just going to fill this in. You can fill it in if you want with any old block. I'm just filling it in with this for the time being, just because we're going to be using a little bit of concrete powder again, and it's going to fall all the way through. So you can use any old block or just string, but it's entirely up to you, but just don't go all the way to the end of the build, okay? Now, so from the head going back to the back of the build, we're going to use our yellow concrete, place 2, followed by a brown wool. Okay, that's the first row. The next row, we're going to use mushroom stem, concrete powder, and a yellow terracotta. Next row is going to be a concrete, a terracotta, and then a concrete. Next row is going to be a yellow powder, followed by a brown wool and a concrete. Next row is going to be a concrete powder, a concrete, and then a stem. Next row is a yellow concrete, a terracotta, and a concrete. Next one is a brown wool, sorry, I couldn't remember what I was trying to say there. A mushroom stem, and followed by another concrete powder. Next one in is concrete powder and 2 concrete. Next one down, 2 concrete powder, followed by a brown wool, concrete, and then 2 concrete powder, 2 concrete this time, and 1 powder. Another concrete, followed by a stem, followed by a terracotta. Next row is going to be filled in with concrete powder, but this time we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's like his sort of shoulders. And then do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Down the centre here, you can actually fill it with yellow concrete, which then will leave us 3 blocks. And on the right hand side, we're going to go a wool, followed by a terracotta, and then followed by a stem. So you should have a build looking like that from the top. So I'll just leave it there for a minute in case you want to pause it. There we go. It's looking good, people. Looking nice. So there we go. We've got our legs, our body, our head all done. Let's move on to the next section. So while we're at the front of the build, we might as well finish off the chest area. So what you're going to do is use your yellow terracotta. And from this concrete here, you can place a yellow terracotta. Underneath that, you can go with a mushroom stem, followed by a concrete. Next to that, you can go with another concrete and a stem. Okay. Then switch to your terracotta. On top of the stem, you're going to place a terracotta. And those 3 blocks that are left in the inside there are actually going to be yellow concrete powder. So like that. The underside of an ocelot is fairly boring. So what we're going to do is just underneath, you can look up. You can actually fill all this in now up to the chest area with yellow concrete. Like so. Now spinning on all the way around to the back, we're going to do his behind. So what we're going to do is from the top of the build, use your mushroom stem. We're going to place 1 there, followed by a terracotta on the opposite side. Leave these gaps there for a minute because it's going to be concrete powder. Come down to this wall here and you can actually use another terracotta next to that, followed by a concrete. Underneath that you can place a stem, followed by a concrete to the right of it. Underneath that you can go with another terracotta, and then fill it up with concrete to the right, so you should have a pattern like that. Switch into your concrete powder. All you're going to do now is fill in all the gaps with concrete powder. Bop, 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 bop. Boom, like that. There we go, looking good. While we're here, we might as well do the tail. So this center block here, what you're going to do is use your yellow terracotta and come out by 2, followed by concrete. You're going to do 2 and a mushroom stem. Underneath the mushroom stem, you're going to place a yellow terracotta, followed by a concrete, then a brown wool, another terracotta, 2 more concrete, and then a brown wool to finish it off. And that is your little tail all done. And the only thing we need to do now is just finish off the underneath. And again, like I said earlier, the Ocelot is very boring on the underneath of it. I've looked, I assure you, there's nothing going on. So what we're going to do is just fill it all in with yellow concrete. So just bring that all the way across to the back of the build. And again, along the sides here, fill it all in. And there we go. We are complete. There we go. Oh, gap there as well. Is that a gap? No, it isn't. It's not a gap. It's a phantom gap. Oh, and we also should have 2 blocks there as well. Again, you can fill those in with yellow concrete. Just checking we've got all the gaps and nooks and crannies all filled in. But anyway, I've been zu-wii-mama. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.